Well, hello there. I heard there's an old pirate treasure hidden in this ship. Let's check it out. I don't see it. Wait a minute. Is that a shark? Uh-oh. He's coming. Swim! Swim for your lives! Swim! Ah! Oh, 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 thank heavens! I'm alive! I was just daydreaming. Whew. Who knew that our imagination could be so powerful? Well, for starters, that guy. For those of you who don't know who that is, that's Albert Einstein, one of the greatest scientists who ever lived, a man of logic, science. And do you know what he said? Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. How about that for some words of wisdom? Our imagination is one of the most powerful tools that we have, not only as artists, but as human beings. Think about it. Airplanes, submarines, the mission to the moon, and who knows how many other inventions, historical events, and masterpieces exist only because someone, somewhere, imagined that they could. Which is what brings us to today's lesson. Today, we will show you the benefits of having a strong imagination. After that, we will teach you some simple exercises that will cultivate and nurture your imagination. So get ready to do some daydreaming and peek behind the curtain, pun intended, of your brain. Let's get this party started. As we say in the theater, lights up! Many believe that having a strong imagination is only reserved for children or visionaries, and that's simply not true. Before we show you some simple ways in which you can activate your imagination, here's 5 ways in which you will benefit from developing a strong imagination. Number 1, a strong imagination improves your problem-solving skills. It allows you to look at challenges in a different way and come up with more creative and resourceful solutions. Number 2, a strong imagination improves your memory. According to recent neurological studies, being imaginative creates more neurons in your brain. And if you continue to use your imagination later in life, you're 73% less likely to develop the memory problems that lead to dementia. Number 3, a strong imagination improves your social interactions. Having a strong imagination allows you to put yourself in other people's shoes, which in turn makes you more empathetic. It also helps you to develop creative ideas to cope with and overcome conflicts. Number 4, a strong imagination develops a strong sense of self-confidence. Exercising your imagination helps you to appreciate your skills and instincts. Also, if you can imagine in your head how scenarios will play out, you are more likely to make decisions that are beneficial to your overall well-being. Number 5, a strong imagination will help you to acquire new knowledge and skills. Using your imagination allows you to picture not just your current reality, but endless possibilities to come. This in turn piques your curiosity and motivates you to acquire new skills and knowledge. Now that you have seen some benefits of using your imagination, here are some simple exercises that will help you cultivate and nurture your imagination. Number 1, the car exercise. The purpose of this exercise is to reimagine objects that already exist. It can be any object. For today, we're going to use a car. There are 3 steps to this exercise. The first step is to pick a car. It can be any car that you want and really study it. Ask yourself, what model is this car? What materials is it made of, both on the inside and out? Is it a new car or is it an old car? Be very specific and ask yourself as many questions as you want regarding this car. The second step is to think of 10 different changes that you would make to this car if you were asked to rebuild and reimagine this car. This is where the exercise gets really cool, because now you're in control. The key question to ask yourself here is, what if? What if I make this car bigger? What if I put a different engine? What if I make it into a convertible? The possibilities here are endless. The third and final step of this exercise pushes the boundaries of the question, what if, even further. Here, you're going to imagine 10 different ways in which you could repurpose this car to be anything except a car. For example, what if I make this car into a barbecue? Or what if I make this car into a bed? The key here is to really think of what you would need in order to transform this car into whatever you want. Don't just think of the final result. No, think of all the steps and pieces that you would need in order to transform this object. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got some daydreaming to do. Oh, isn't that beautiful? I call it Juanland, and I imagine it myself. Which brings me to the next exercise. The second exercise is all about letting your imagination run wild with possibilities. It's called the world building exercise. As the name entails it, you're going to build a whole new world inside your head. It can be as big or as small as you want. The cool thing about this exercise is that there are really no wrong answers. It's your world, so you can build it however you want. The challenge here is not to be vague. We want you to be specific. Ask yourself, what do people eat in this world? What's the weather like in this world? Are there any beaches in this world? Are there any mountains? Maybe both? Where are they? There's no such thing as too many details or too specific questions. No, the more specific and the more questions that you ask yourself, the better. If you like to draw, this is the perfect exercise to let your drawing take part of your creative juices. Finally, we have my personal favorite exercise. I call it the human zoo. This is basically an exercise in non-intrusive, non-invasive people watching. The purpose of this exercise is simple: to imagine how strangers live their lives. For this exercise, all you need is to go to a public place with some earphones, if you like listening to music, and a pen and notepad to take some notes. Here's how this exercise works. Pick a public spot where you can watch people in a non-invasive way. It can be a park, a coffee shop, a library, a mall, etc. Try to sit in that spot for at least 20 minutes. As you see all these different people walking by, allow your imagination to wander. Question yourself and be curious about what these people are thinking and what their lives could look like. What are they excited about? Or what are they worried about? Where are they coming from? And where are they going? Where do they work? Or where do they go to school? Do they have a family? If so, how many? And who are they? Do they have any pets? Let your imagination be curious for a few moments, then let it drift to the next person. The purpose of this exercise is not to get any right answers regarding the lives of strangers. It's all about entertaining the possibility of what their lives could be. It goes back to the question, what if? What if this person is married? What if they live with their parents? What if they are chefs? Allow your imagination to create as many different scenarios as it desires. Now, before you check out the PDF and practice questions, let's do a quick recap of what we learned today. Today, we learned some of the benefits of having a strong imagination. After that, we explored some exercises that will help you activate and cultivate your imagination. We called them the car exercise, the world building exercise, and the human zoo. That's it for today's video, folks. In our next lesson, we will check out some important people and phrases to know in the theater. Until then, remember, in theater, like in life, the limit is your imagination. Hey!